Hello everybody, welcome to Java with John. I'm John Rayhans, the General Manager. Thanks for joining me today. I'm out here with my special guest, Eddie Renio, our Director of Golf. Eddie, welcome.
John. Thank you for having me.
Good to see
got some
you.
important stuff that we want to talk about today.
Yeah, we got a little buzz going on over here. Most of them actually are old rules that we just need to remind our homeowners about so they're in regulations. And why don't we first start, because this has been kind of a hot topic around here, because we're seeing a lot of brand new golf carts.
Right.
And these carts are really cool looking.
They are.
But they're big. So Eddie, what is the rule here at Iron Oaks regarding golf cart size?
So for golf cart size, the width can be 55 inches, inside of 55 inches, and then the length no more than 116. And the reason being is that, especially in our staging area, we got a good example of here. If we have our just normal carts, standard carts, they will both fit into the front and back portion of a staging area. That's the A and B part. When we get an extended cart, as we have an example here, and we do have several carts like that around the neighborhood that are extended. And I understand you've got family coming in, you need some extra room, and this is the best way to transport the family around Iron Oaks. It's great and they look great, but what happens when you pull in to one of these stalls with this extended golf cart, now we create this tight space for all of our other members who are coming in to park for a shotgun start, and now it's getting this congested area, and now we have a factor of possibly someone hitting it or accidentally hurting themselves because they're not paying attention, running into the back of it. And so, that's why these rules were put in place in the beginning, is so that we can have space, adequate space for our members and their guests and their carts to pull in here and be able to park evenly throughout the whole space.
That's great. That's a good reminder. Yes, this definitely looks like an accident waiting to happen. Also, what I hear on occasion, Eddie, is if I'm a homeowner here and I have my own golf cart, size of tires and the type of tires. Talk a little bit about that.
So what we want here is we want turf rated tires, and if you look at them, they're smooth, they're great for running on top of the turf, they're not going to damage, they're not knobby like some of the tires that are larger. They have the knobby wheels, and those aren't really good for our turf because they tear up the turf, especially during wet conditions. Can really rip up the turf. So we want these nice flat, not as textured tires, and they allow you to drive over the course and leave less of an impact when you're driving on there, for sure.
That's great. Good to know. So lesson learned here, 55 inches wide,
Yep.
116 inches long.
Yep.
And if I'm in the market for a golf cart, I should ask that when I go in before I buy, right?
Right. Yep.
Let's switch gears a little bit. I see you have a handicap flag on this golf cart, Eddie.
Yes.
Tell me, how do I get one of those?
Okay, so here at Iron Oaks, we want to allow all of our members and their guests to be able to play, and we know that there's several people that might have some type of medical issue that doesn't allow them to walk a long ways, and we want them to still play the game of golf. And so by having one of these flags here, it allows them to access the course a little closer to the greens, so they don't have such a cumbersome walk from the cart path. But this is for people that need it, not for people that just want to walk a shorter distance, right? And so in order to obtain and be able to use a handicap flag on a daily basis, and when you come out and play, you need to fill out some paperwork that we have in here, and that paperwork, we need a doctor's written kind of an excuse, or just letting us know what the condition is and why that person needs this, and they fill that information out, and we keep it on file. So then when they come into the shop, we have a list that they can sign, take out one of these flags for the day, and then they must return it when they complete the round. And then also, this is for the people who have the flag, not for their friends who are driving behind them, right? So it's only for the cart that has a flag, not for the other cart to follow them anywhere they want on the golf course.
That's great. So I need to get a doctor's note.
Yep.
I need to check it in and out every day. So that means if I get one, I have to bring it back at the end of my round.
Yep.
Okay, great. Now, one other thing, let's go out and show them where you can and cannot drive in a golf cart.
You got it. Let's get in the cart here.
Eddie, we're over here at the chipping green, and by illustration, one of the comments I often get, and I know you get them a lot more than I do, we hear that people with the handicap flags occasionally get too close to the greens, and that's not good for the golf course, and Ross will tell us that as well. But Eddie, right now I know we're at the practice area, but by way of example, it looks like you're a good 30 feet away from that green. That's a good practice. We like to see that. 30 feet. Eddie, show us what's not permitted here.
All right, so some people kind of take this a little more literally when we talked about getting close to the green, but this is definitely what we don't want. Some people come up here and they can basically putt from where they park their car, and we don't want that because that can cause some considerable damage, especially near the green. This grass near the green it takes a lot to cultivate it and to get it to be as nice and tight as it is. And we get a big cart like this, or several carts driving in the same area all the time, it's going to create these ruts and compaction, especially near the green.
That's great. That's a great tip. And so as a reminder to anybody using the handicap flag, or even if you don't use one, please keep your golf cart 30 feet away from the greens all times. Never get this close. That's just not good for our golf course. I know you and Ross work awfully hard at maintaining really great playing conditions, and we want to make it the same for everybody.
Yep.
So Eddie, boy, great information today.
Thank
as
you,
always.
John.
I always learn lots from you. Thanks for your time today.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you next time on Java with John.
Yes, sir. We'll see you out on the course.